Okay, it's 11:05. I think we can start. We've got people joining in still, but let's start for everyone who's been very timely today. Let's start with our webinar. Good morning again. A very warm welcome to all our participants, to our panelists, and to everyone who's joining us online to this e-tourism webinar, which has been organized by the Sri Lanka Tourism Alliance and Skills for Inclusive Growth. My name is Dinushka Chandrasena. I'm the Operations Director at the Tourism Alliance. And before I introduce our eminent panel to you, let me just give you a brief overview of the Alliance and our partnership with Skills for Inclusive Growth. The Tourism Alliance, just a brief overview, was started in 2019 with the aim of facilitating the industry in multiple ways. That is, the industry comprising of all sectors, from small and medium to large. And we have worked on initiatives with our partners, from sustainability and destination marketing to launching Sri Lanka's first dedicated travel and tourism related jobs portal, the Love Sri Lanka Jobs Portal. Today, we are delighted to bring to you something that is very, very important in the tourism landscape today, and that is e-tourism. Technology and tourism go hand in hand. That is something that the future is all about. I'm sure everyone here understands that being ahead, understanding the dynamics of how technology has powered the tourism industry is the way forward in improving and making your tourism business a success. Skills for Inclusive Growth have gone into great detail with specialists to formulate these courses in all three languages and make them available to the Sri Lankan tourism industry. Getting your hands on this course, following this course, and being a part of this journey will enhance your tourism business in ways that are in keeping with what global trends are. E-tourism is a catalyst in ensuring that your business is up to date. The landscape of tourism all over the world is rapidly evolving. And today we are very grateful to Skills for Inclusive Growth for seeing this, for being a forerunner in bringing something that is this important to the industry to all of us here in Sri Lanka. And let me just do a quick introduction of our panel today. First, I would like to introduce Mr. Stephen Lodziak. Stephen is the team lead for Skills for Inclusive Growth in Sri Lanka, and the person who has been responsible for getting all of this information out to all of us here. He has worked on numerous projects all over the world and is here with us now to bring something that is of absolute importance to the current tourism landscape of Sri Lanka. Thank you, Stephen. Next, I would like to introduce Mr. Dheera Hettiarachchi, Cluster Head Travel and Tourism, Senior Lecturer at the Sri Lanka Institute of Tourism and Hotel Management, SLITHM. We have Ms. Marina Gandhi, Skills Program Manager of Skills for Inclusive Growth, another important lady who has been involved with this formulation of these programs. And she's very proficient in this area and is able to assist you and guide you through some of the most pressing issues that are related to our courses. And to start off today's program, let me invite Stephen to give you a brief outline of S4IG and the work they're doing in Sri Lanka, and of course, the e-tourism courses that we are sharing with you today at this webinar. Over to you, Stephen.
Thank you very much, Dinushka. Thank you for the lovely introduction. So I will do exactly as you've just requested. I'll give you a brief overview of Skills for Inclusive Growth, and I will tell you a little bit about the e-tourism course. We'll get into more detail later on. So Skills for Inclusive Growth is a project of the Australian and Sri Lankan governments. It started in 2017, and in 2017, we took a piloting approach to everything we were doing. We worked in 4 districts. We worked in Batticaloa, Ampara, Trincomalee, and Polonnaruwa. We surveyed the landscape in terms of the hospitality sector, tourism, and the skills gaps that were in the area. What did those areas need to do to improve the tourism experience in terms of the skills that the local population had? Then from 2020 to 2024, we've focused all of the learnings that we had in that period to a national level. And so many of the programs that we worked with are now being implemented at a national stage. So that is it in a nutshell. One of the first learnings we came across when we were surveying those 4 districts was there are many, many micro, small and medium-sized enterprises involved in the tourism sector who wanted or needed to do better to engage with not only a Sri Lankan audience, but an international audience to improve their incomes, to improve their businesses, and to increase the amount of tourists who would come, have a good stay at their place, leave good reviews on websites like TripAdvisor or Booking.com. And they certainly felt, and what we know is are still feeling, that they don't have the knowledge or the wherewithal necessarily to do that to the best of their ability. They understand they can do better, but they don't know how. And so what we decided to do 3 or 4 years back with the help of some international experts working with the MSMEs was to understand where the gaps were and to build a training course that would help them get that knowledge and improve in that area. And that became the e-tourism course. Now, with the e-tourism, Marina will go into more detail later on, but we looked at some core areas. First of all, e-content. How can you best describe your MSME so that as somebody who's looking to come to Sri Lanka or come to the area in which your MSME is, how can you best describe what you've got? So e-content, we call that. Then e-marketing. So how do you best use the tools at your disposal for digital marketing to promote your business? Then e-distribution. So understanding the channels of distribution, how the message about your business gets out to the wider world. We also looked at e-operations, which is slightly aside from the other ones. It's about how you can use digital applications to help you manage your own business, manage room bookings, manage bookings when people are coming in, check out, that kind of thing. And then finally, e-reputation, which is about managing and enhancing your online reputation to build trust and attract more visitors. And that's the package that we put together. I'm trying to be as high level as I can. There is more detail to come. I hope that gives you a good overview.
Perfect, Stephen. Thank you so much. I would like to now ask Mr. Dheera Hettiarachchi to give us a little bit of insight on the availability of these courses through SLITHM.
Yeah, thank you, Dinushka. Thank you very much for inviting me to join with this very, very important webinar. And also thank you, the SYG, Skills for Inclusive Growth, and also by organizing this Sri Lanka Tourism Alliance. It's kind of a very, very important event and important webinar. Why? Because that is the timely needed fact. When we're talking, we are in the digital transformation era. And how we see the connectivity with SLITHM, Sri Lanka Institute of Tourism and Hotel Management, and also the SYG. So we were in a sort of a MOU connected to the skill development of Sri Lanka within our institute, SLITHM. So we are in a MOU with 2021. We came to the MOU, and now we are completing the. It's not only e-tourism. There were many few areas like the foundational hospitality skills and tour guiding and the professional business coaching. So many. So with this connectivity, we understood that e-tourism as one of the very, very important area for the future. So we have already launched the program with our capacities, and SYG provided a very valuable TOT, train-of-trainer program for us. There were nearly 15 participants, our lecturers, have been trained to carry out this particular e-tourism program for future. Probably we'll by July, mid of July, we are in a position to the launch of our program for the MSMEs, especially focusing different kind of the tourism actors in Sri Lanka. That's how we connected with this e-tourism platform.
Thank you so much, Dheera. Thank you for that overview. I'm sure we'll hear more from you on that and the availability of your courses.
Of course.
Thank you. I would now like to ask or invite Marina, Miss Marina Gandhi, please, to give us an overview of the courses. Marina, you have to just unmute if you don't. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dinushka, and good morning to you all. Welcome again to our webinar, and let's go to the e-tourism course structure and a bit introduction background, how it's been. So this e-tourism course is designed to equip you with the knowledge and skills needed to thrive in the digital landscape of the tourism industry. This e-tourism course is developed as a flexible learning model, so allowing you to tailor your learning experience to fit your schedule and preference. You can also access the course material at any time, making it convenient to study wherever it suits you best. Also, this course platform allows you to pick up right where you left off, ensuring a seamless learning experiences. You have the opinion to pursue the course independently as a self-learning module or join classroom-based sessions with the Sri Lanka Institute of Hospitality Management. There's a criteria, but it's very basic knowledge of ICT. With that, you can learn this e-tourism online course. So now let me now take you through the structure of our online tourism learning course. I'll share the screen so you can have a look on that. Okay, can you see the screen? Hello?
Yeah, yes, Marina.
1 minute, sorry. Right, can you see it?
Yes, Marina.
Yeah,
This is
okay.
This is the
Yes,
tourism.
yeah, this is the Tourism Alliance website. In that website, you can see this e-tourism by Skills for Inclusive Growth. Later, Ms. Dinushka will share the online app, so you can log in and you can go through this. So under this, you can see the courses. E-tourism English version and e-tourism Sinhala version, e-tourism Tamil version. So let's try this e-tourism English version. So if you click that, log in this e-tourism online course, you can scroll it down and you can see there are modules. Introduction to e-tourism, as Mr. Stephen explained, e-content, e-marketing, e-distribution, e-operations, and e-reputation. So then you can click introduction part if you want to go through what's available there. So under each model, there are lessons. So in this introduction, you can see welcome to the e-tourism, what's e-tourism, then you can go to introduction to e-tourism. There are 5 lessons, also introduction to ICT for tourism. Likewise, you can go through each lesson. I quickly go through one of the animation video. Under each module, you can see the animation video that summarize each lessons and modules. So let's click this animation video. You can watch and see how it's given introduction.
Hello. Today we will learn about the basics of e-tourism. Let's start with what e-tourism means. E-tourism has a few definitions according to our country, Sri Lanka. This course will teach us how to define and apply it to your location and business. We'll go through a few general definitions of e-tourism. The first one is e-tourism uses studies and designs together with IT and e-commerce solutions to conduct business within an organization. Here, we also study our business's economic processes, develop market structures, while maintaining positive online customer relationships. Second is that e-tourism is the way we conduct business and how we distribute our product online. This is where we will learn about the online marketplace. The third is that e-tourism is the use of information and communication technologies, also known as ICT, in our business. This means all processes and value chains would be transferred to a digital space. Now that we have learned a few definitions, it gives us an idea of what e-tourism means. Here's a few things to keep in mind for more clarification. The E in e-tourism is for electronic. It's the same way we use the E in email and e-books. This E part is used to show the application of modern solutions to our tourism business. After all, we are in the tourism industry and we are here to learn how to draw the visitor economy to our business. Now we know some of the basics of e-tourism. Let's get together and make our business the best it can be through this course. Let's start.
Okay, thank you for watching. So likewise, I'm not going through for every model or every lessons, but under the introduction, it's a first thing, introduction to e-tourism. Likewise, you have all animation videos for each lessons. So you can go by clicking next to each and every lessons, description and learning, questions, quiz and all you can go through. If you click next by next, you can go through. So now we come to the introduction to tourism. There's another animation video, but I'm not going to play. You can enroll and you can see all the videos and documents. Okay, now let me show you the other languages, our local languages. It's available. So yes. Right now, the next, if we click the Sinhala version, e-tourism, then this screen will appear so that you can click each module, let's click e-marketing. So if you click e-marketing, the e-marketing animals videos, it's in Sinhala version.
දැන් අප සූදානම් වන්නේ ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනික අලෙවිකරණය පිළිබඳව ඉගෙනීමට. එසේනම් ආරම්භ කරමු. මේ දැක්වෙන්නේ අප ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනික අලෙවිකරණය නිර්වචනය කරන ආකාරය වේ. මේ චක්‍රීය පුනරාවර්ති ක්‍රියාවලියක් වන අතර එමගින් ඩිජිටල් යුගයේ සංචාර කර්මාන්තය කල්පනාකරණය සිදු කරයි. එමෙන්ම මෙය ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනික සංචාර කර්මාන්ත ක්‍රියාකාරී සැලැස්මෙහි වැදගත් අංගයකි. ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනික අලෙවිකරණය, ඩිජිටල් අලෙවිකරණය සහ අන්තර්ජාල අලෙවිකරණය යන සියල්ල එකිනෙකට සම්බන්ධ බව අපි දැනටමත් ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනික සංචාර කර්මාන්තය පාඨමාලාවේදී උගත්ෙමු. ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනික අලෙවිකරණය අනිකුත් ඒවායින් වෙන් කරන ප්‍රධාන හේතුව වන්නේ එය සම්බන්ධතා පදනම් කරගත් ප්‍රවේශයක් භාවිතා කිරීම නිසාය. ළඟාවීම සහ නිරත වීම, reach and engagement මගින් මනිනු ලබන ප්‍රේක්ෂකයන් ඉලක්ක කිරීම සහ සම්බන්ධතා ගොඩනැගීම සඳහා ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනික අලෙවිකරණ උපක්‍රම ලෙස සමාජ මාධ්‍ය භාවිතා කරනු ලැබේ. ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනික අලෙවිකරණෙහි එක් වාසි සහගත අංගයක් වන්නේ සියලුම නිරත වීම on engagements මැනිය හැකි වීම සහ ඔබට අවශ්‍ය ආකාරයට එහි අන්තර්ගතය සකස් කළ හැකි වීමයි. මේ වන විට අප ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනික අලෙවිකරණය පිළිබඳව වටහාගෙන ඇති අතර අපට එය පහසුවෙන් අපගේ ව්‍යාපාරය තුළ භාවිතා කළ හැක. අපි තවදුරටත් ඉගෙන ගනිමු. මෙසේ ආරම්භ කරමු.
Okay, thank you very much. Likewise, you can hear, click, and you can get all the notes in Sinhala version here for each modules and lessons. You can you have the notes in local languages, so you can go through that if necessary to get more information. Okay. Now let's go to the Tamil version. So likewise, we can go to the Tamil version as well. Same like we can click each module, then we can click this part and we can get the Tamil notes in this e-tourism for each lessons and modules. So this is what I want to explain. So it's a easy thing. One thing you need to learn and you need to apply this into your real business, or you can apply this into your friends or clients' business, and you can see how it's you can get the improvement. So thank you very much. Thank you, Dinushka.
Thank you. Thank you, Marina. That was very informative, and I think it's amazing that we have this resource or this tool at our fingertips in all 3 languages. The Sri Lankan tourism industry comprises of a large percentage of small, medium, micro enterprise. So I think that having something as important as education and bringing the industry up to speed with what is going on in the world is a huge, huge important factor in Sri Lanka's overall tourism growth and strength. And for that, we are very grateful to SLITHM for introducing these courses, and the Tourism Alliance is delighted to provide these resources and these tools to the industry in a self-learning manner. But of course, SLITHM has taken it one step further and is giving everyone the opportunity to go to a more structured setting and to have the ability to get tutored and assistance along the way. So I think having both options is something that is important for those who don't have accessibility to the classroom structure, that they can do it online, and it is available in all 3 languages. Just to give maybe answer we go into a few questions and answers in a few minutes. But before that, can we get a little more information about the other resources available? Marina or Stephen, if you can, maybe other information that is available apart from the courses that are available at the moment.
Yes, Dinushka, thank you very much. We have resources, as we already explained, this e-tourism course available in a Tourism Alliance platform. That is actually the self-learning. They can log in and have access this course. And also SLITHM has its e-tourism LMS, so that they can register with SLITHM and they can follow this course with SLITHM. It can be classroom and online. And again, we have USB version, this e-tourism course. Whenever required, offline or anytime, they can utilize it. So later we will provide information so that if anyone want to have this USB version, they can communicate. Then e-tourism facilitator guide. We have developed a facilitator guide that will help for especially for the classroom-based sessions. Also online, they can refer that facilitator guide and they can learn. Even the training facilitators, they can use this as a booklet, user guide, and they can teach whoever wants to learn this course. Other than that, we trained around 15 training facilitators on this e-tourism course. So now 15 qualified training facilitators available in Sri Lanka. They're trained by an international expert. So they can, whenever the participant required any support, they can reach them and get their support to do their assignment and lessons. And also we have already showed this animation video in local languages. Anytime they can watch and get more clarity and information. This is all presently available. And the other thing I mentioned, the user manual, that one, how they need to go through these whole courses and how they need to get the assignment downloaded, then how to submit, and all information are available in the user manual. So that one also the participant can access. Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you so much, Marina. That was very informative. And I think one of the highlights of the course is the fact that it is flexible. I think this is mainly, correct me if I'm wrong, Stephen, but it's targeted at those who are actively already involved in the tourism industry. So, I mean, if they're, apart from being students, if they're already working, I would think that this would be the ideal platform for them to have the flexibility to learn as you go, so as while you work. But while the flexibility is there and you have the ability to get it on a USB, take it back home with you, learn at your own pace, that's all wonderful. But maybe we can get a little more information about the more structured way the courses are offered at SLITHM. And if Dheera could walk us through, maybe, Dheera, is there some kind of completion certification or something that people get, which would be something that is different to learning from home or doing it in your own time? So if you could give us a little information about SLITHM's role in this.
Yeah, Dinushka. Again, when you're talking about the SLITHM readiness to launch this particular program, e-tourism, basically by July onwards, you can join with SLITHM to follow this program. And it would be kind of a 3 months, minimum 3 months. And maximum you can, it depends on your availability and your flexibility as well. So since you are working, I'm talking to the audience, we are gathered here with the representing mostly MSMEs. Based on the time availability, we can design, we can customize our program. And it would be a hybrid model, self-learning plus the moderator, whilst the lecturer in charge would be there. We don't think that we need to join in a classroom, since this is an online platform. That's why we call e-tourism. We don't need to meet each other in person. So that's why e-tourism and electronic learning, electronic tourism we need. And so the hybrid model and the per 230 hours will be covered in our schedule. 230 hours will be covered for the entire program. That is, if you take the breakdown of the program, like the introduction to e-tourism, we'll be covering 30 hours, and e-content 40 hours, and e-marketing, e-distribution, e-operations, and the e-reputation all are covering 40 hours each. That's how the 230 hours will be covering to the entire program. And at the moment, we have the cost would be the program. Cost of the program would be 25,000 per person. And as we discussed earlier, Ms. Marina also the evidence that there will be a scholarship program for mainly for the participants representing the PWDs, persons with disabilities, and also the female participants. There will be a kind of a scholarship program. That's one of the great opportunity to encourage, even if I say the female-led, women-led MSMEs, it can be a homestay, whatever. It will be a great opportunity for you to join, and it will be, I would say that it's for the first program. Am I correct, Marina? That's for the first program only. So the early birds can get the opportunity, right? And finally, we will be giving the certification, SLITHM. The valid certification will be given to the participants after this particular completion of the successful the completion of the program. That's how our program going well. And from July onwards, actually, we launched last year this particular program along with few other courses. We are planning to launch, planning to implement the program by July this month. It's about the program structure that we have prepared at SLITHM.
Thank you so much, Dheera. No, please go ahead. Did you want to say anything else?
Yeah, of course. I would like to elaborate something about the MSME sector, since I believe that around 100 people gathered in this particular webinar. What is the importance of this e-tourism to the MSMEs, micro, small and medium sector entrepreneurs in Sri Lanka? Actually, we know the Sri Lanka tourism is represented by mostly 70%, 70 to 75% is represented by the MSMEs. Even if you say the global picture, that's also the same. So when you come to this particular MSMEs of Sri Lanka tourism, they represent wide or the diverse kind of, we say, tourism actors or the establishments or the performers or the practitioners. We say like the homestays and the safari jeep drivers. It can be the tuk-tuk drivers, dolphin and whale watching operators. It can be the guest houses and travel agencies, and also the salon. It can be tourist shops, whatever. So they represent this particular category. If you say globally, how to classify these MSMEs, there are a certain number of ways, like ILO, International Labour Organization, and many other organizations has provided their classification. If you are self-employed, you will be considered as a micro category. If you say the 1 to 49, the 2 to 49 be the small scale, and the 50 to 200, sometimes it can be the bigger portion, but the medium sector. That's how there are a certain number of ways of categorization. Not only the ILO, there are ways that they can think about the how is your turnover, how is your income, likewise. But we need to think about these are kind of again, we need to consider the informal sector of Sri Lanka tourism. That's also mostly represented by the MSMEs. If you consider the e-tourism to your developing platform as your developing platform, that can be kind of you will be gradually coming from the informal sector to the formal sector, formal stream. That's also one of the good advantage that you can grab from this opportunity. You will be developing you will be standardizing yourself, your business, and you will be how we say, you will be develop your business, as well as you be delighting your customer. That should be there. Again, when you talk about the business, the business performance and the growth is, that's why the most of e-tourism, the business coming with us. You need to have the digital technology. You need to develop with it, and if not, we are not connected with develop the technology, so you will be out. So if you have, as an example, if you say for last 6 months, I have not purchased any newspaper. Is totally about the what you call the social media now, right? So I don't say that we don't need the physical aspect of newspaper. We need it, but that is the digital transformation is that. The AI technology, that's also moving forward. So mainly the businesses, MSMEs, they need to connect with these increasing developments of the nation and also the global picture as well. Mainly all the enterprises need to have their internal capabilities, and the external environment is influences as well. So we need to understand that two factors, your capabilities and also the development of the industrial and also the external environment as well. So mainly when we talk about the digital adaptation is the main big pillar of this, and moving from simple operation, physical operation, to the digitalized or the sophisticated strategies. So we need to think about. That's how we need to move forward. So we'll elaborate more in future discussion. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dheera. Thank you. I think you gave us a good overview of the importance of this. And of course, as you said correctly, the industry comprises a large percentage is MSMEs and SMEs. Plus, there's also those who are the support service providers to the industry. So they may not be even homestays or hotels, but it could be even the person who is selling a beach chain or someone who has a little shop that's close to or in a tourist zone that could definitely benefit from learning from these courses. We have a few questions that are coming in, and thank you so much for your valid questions. We are getting to them very shortly, but just to, if I can ask Stephen, just to give us an idea about the access, the assistance, and of course, give us a little bit more about the other areas that S4IG is involved in before we wrap up and go into the Q&A. Some of the other professional business coaching and the other areas that S4IG has been actively working in.
Sure. I think if you think of S4IG as really focusing on the micro, small and medium-sized enterprise aspect of the tourism industry in Sri Lanka, then all of our interventions, I think, make sense. So when we talk about coaching, it's very similar to what we have done with e-tourism. In fact, the two fit together. You are the owner of a homestay somewhere outstation, which maybe doesn't get the number of tourists or make the income that you would like. You'd like to be earning more. You'd like to be getting maybe foreigners coming in to spend some money to come to your homestay. What do you do? How do you do that? And a lot of people in Sri Lanka will probably think, I don't know. I can try and copy this place, but I'll just make it up and see how I get on. What we have worked on in the last few years is developing a coaching network, coaches of MSMEs who can work with an owner, work with a manager to help them think through how they can expand their business. And this is quite a mature concept now. We have a pool of an ever-expanding pool. We've got 170 coaches nationwide right now, and they are purely focused on the Sri Lankan tourism MSME sector. For any coaches who are watching us today, obviously this can be part of your toolkit. If you're working with a manager or an owner, you've got two choices. You could go to the Tourism Alliance webpage to facilitate self-study, or if the owner is keen to be supported through with a trainer in the background and a certificate at the end of it, they may be interested in joining the SLITHM version. But the coach can nudge them towards that kind of outcome. Coaches can also support with general advice on training staff. A coach can support with general advice on how to apply for a bank loan, for example. Like that's what the coaching network does. So if maybe at the end I will speak a little bit more about there's an event coming up in the next 2 days which people who are watching this may be interested in. Shall I talk about that now, or maybe now's a good time to do it? So if anybody here is more interested in the support available for MSMEs that Skills for Inclusive Growth has been working with the government, with the private sector, Dialogue are one of our partners, then we have a conference coming up. I'm sharing my screen now. We have an MSME Business Summit, which will be actually on Thursday. It's going to be an event at a hotel, but there will be an online version as well, so people can register online. I will leave a link that can be put in the chat for people to go straight to the registration. But in this conference, you'll be learning about things, how to grow your business, how to link into the coaching network if that's what you want to do. There'll be banks there explaining, the loan process if that's something you want to get into. There's just a general sense that MSMEs in Sri Lanka are not always involved in the bigger picture. And this is our attempt to start linking several big players together to support MSMEs and to grow that aspect of the tourism sector. So yes, it's the Tourism MSME Business Summit. It's 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Thursday. There's a phone number there, but I'm going to put the link into the chat and people can register directly.
Great. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. Before we go, we're getting quite a few questions. So before we go into answering them, can I ask Marina to give us a little bit more information, Marina, about the emphasize maybe on the practical side of things, the practical skills, and how important that is.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Dinushka. Yes, in this particular e-tourism online learning course, it's all practical. It's practical with the real business. Because some studies we do with the imagination, we do the practical assignments and things, but these all assignments after learning, it's based on the real business. So the participants who is start learning, he or she might need to have a business, real business, existing business, or they need to find another friend's business or client's business. So also can start with a new business as well. So this assignment, when they learn each lesson, they need to do the practical in that real business. So that maybe if self-learning, they can see their improvement. For an example, taking a proper, appropriate photo of the business and write the attractive content in a brief, and how they open the business page and all they need to do with the real business. If they have then not updated one, then they can update. They can with the new pictures and photos, they can do that. So when it comes to the training facilitator level, if they need any assessment, then the training facilitator do that online and see whether this business improved properly, the learnings are applied, and this is why this assessment going to be there, so that it's fully practical based online e-tourism course. So out of it, even if a learner, he or she might have business or not have business, but when they support one business to do this assignment, when they apply this learning, out of it, anyhow, one of the MSME going to benefit for that learning when they apply. So this is the speciality of this learning course. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And before we wrap up, just to go over some of the challenges and the opportunities. I mean, I think all this time we have been focusing a lot on the opportunities available for everybody to embrace this learning. Dheera, are there any challenges related to this? Or Stephen, do you want to maybe?
Yeah, Stephen? Right. Let me talk a little bit about the challenges. Mainly, actually, we are dealing with Generation X and also Generation Z as well. So when we talk about the Generation X, there can be some sort of a fear in using digital platforms, right? That is kind of a challenge we have. So the answer is using the digital platforms as much as possible. That is the adaptation. So you will be finding solutions. So if you are getting kind of a Facebook, can be the whatever the e-platforms, it will be, you will be a user and you will be getting the touch of the technology as well. And also digital know-how, that can be a challenge of people, especially MSMEs. That also kind of a challenge. But again, so very simple manner, if we get a challenge from our generation, what we can do when you are in a difficulty of getting kind of a solution, so we'll be asking for from the Generation Z. So they are knowing everything, so they can provide the very good and quick solutions. So you can find out the digital know-how easily. And the language would be another challenge. So language, so fortunately, and we need to thankful to the Marina and the team, and also Stephen and the team that is in all trilingual basis. Trilingual is really all the videos, animations, and everything is provided in your native language. That's really kind of a benefit that you are getting here. And it can be sometimes the internal factors, your capacities, and also the kind of external factors, right? If you say like a difficulty, you will be getting kind of a external support as well. If you say the benefits of this, you will getting a speedy results. Actually, there are a certain number of the resource persons who engage in our TOTs. So they mentioned about they came up with the different kind of influential and the best examples how the people MSME sector have been developed, have been achieved their goals and objectives within a very short period of time using these E2SM platforms. That's kind of a real benefit you can have. And also the networking, you can link with certain number of partners, the partnerships. It can be since there are certain number of chamber of tourism, chamber of commerce, and also can be as the donors and the supporters like the Tourism Alliance and the SYG. It can be partnerships actually. So you'll be getting not only e-tourism, you will be getting, as Stephen said, there can be a certain number of business coaching avenues as well. That's another benefit you are getting. And you'll be using minimum number of resources like paperless, and also you don't need human resource as you don't need to go for a kind of a company to get done your work. You can learn this and you can apply to your self business. And it is really time saving matter. And and also you are getting the digital recognition in the digital era. So that is kind of the benefits you are getting. So I would say, let me elaborate a few more things about the hints that you are. Actually, we were involved in very recently about a kind of backpacker tourism survey, research work. So we find out that what are the most appealing practices. So that is one of the platforms how our service providers are engaged. Platforms, that's really influential to your business. And if you are using eco-friendly practices, that's also really important for the the markets you are searching for. It can be backpackers, it can be the digital nomads, it can be certain number of the markets you can grab through these. So Sri Lankan aspects, the eco-friendly practices, going for green, and we are talking about sustainability, sustainable practices when you are using, and the authentic practices. Always you need to showcase through your e-learning, the e-platforms, e-tourism when you are engaged. Please apply as much as possible authentic and unique experiences in your business. That's the most important thing. Rather selling a fried rice, you can go for a kind of a unique type of the traditional rice varieties. That's the most important thing. And user-friendly technology is really important, and provide as much as possible value additions in your business. So you can apply all these things through your e-tourism platform. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dheera. Thank you. And I think the USB, having the availability of these courses on your USB, where you can do it, even if you don't have great connectivity, if you're located in a more remote area where internet connectivity or a very high-speed internet is a challenge, you have the USB, which you can access and do the courses without any hassle. So I think overall, the facility...
I'll show you the facilitator guidebook that is mentioned by the Marina. So that is available. Don't worry, all the stuff is prepared by the SYG.
That's what I was just about to say. They've thought of everything from even making it possible for everyone. So it's accessible. So I think to recap in a nutshell, these e-tourism courses, which are absolutely, I would say, mandatory in the way forward for Sri Lanka's tourism growth and for the improvement of your business. I think it's absolutely essential that everybody is brought up to speed with how the world is evolving, how the tourism landscape is changing globally, and how we can stay up to date with what is going on. So I think from even the course modules and everything that you've covered, Stephen and Marina, in this in the course modules, you've thought of even your online reputation. It's not just about e-marketing or getting a certain area. You've thought of all the different aspects of your tourism business and put it into a format that is easy to understand, very, very accessible to everybody in all 3 languages. So you have addressed all the challenges that people might have in terms of embarking on a program that is a learning experience to enhance and improve businesses. And I'm sorry, Marina, did you want to add something before we go to the questions?
It's fine, Dinushka, you have mentioned clearly, yeah.
Thank you. Just one of the questions I think that we've got a couple of questions, but some of them are duplicate. And I think that means that they're very interested in the certification. So maybe, for example, if they follow the course online or if they do it from home with you taking the USB home and learning, is there any formal type of or digital certificate or anything that can be issued once the courses are complete?
Yeah, definitely, that is assured. Actually, you are connected with us, SLITHM. So you are assured that we'll be issuing a kind of a certificate. It's not decided so far, but is it an e-certificate or is it a kind of a printed one? So, but that will be assured. You are getting a certificate with the successful completion of the course.
Okay. And I think the question was, if I'm not, is it Prabhat who asked the question about if you follow it online? For example, for those who follow the course on the Sri Lanka Tourism Alliance website, where it's available for self-learning, is there any window of opportunity to get any type of certification on that? Stephen, Marina, do you want to?
Let me come in on that one. Well, first of all, it's important to understand what the self-study is. I've done the self-study version, and with the self-study one, you have all of the content. It's there. It's freely available. I think Udana has asked the question about the course fee. What's the purpose of paying 25,000 when the course is fully available in the website? It's a good question. The Tourism Alliance one is freely available, but there. At the moment, and I don't think there is a plan to have it, there is no back end of trainers marking the work, So there's no real stamp of credibility that comes at the end of it. You have just trained yourself. And I did that version of it, and you do learn a lot. But when you're writing the assignments, there's nobody checking them really. You're just doing it yourself, which is fine, and it worked for me, but it may not work for everybody. That's the version available to Tourism Alliance. Tourism Alliance may want to give some kind of stamp at the end of it to say you've completed, but you won't get a validation of the quality of your work. The SLITHM version has that in the back end. It has trainers marking the work, and if you get the certificate, and this is why you're going to pay the 25,000, you have been given a seal of approval of the quality of your work and the fact that you've completed the course. So that it's the same content, but what you receive at the end of it, with the amount of support you've been given, is different.
Thank you so much, Stephen. I hope we've answered your question. If it's not clear, you're more than welcome to please send us another message, and we'll be glad to answer. Another quick one, I think that was also to Stephen, about the event on the 16th. Can you, there's a request to give us a little bit of information on that.
Okay, yes, so it's a micro, small, and medium-sized enterprise. It's a summit. It's an attempt to bring together MSMEs from around the country involved in tourism. There'll be expert panelists there discussing all aspects of how MSMEs can better connect with the economy, how they can be better connected together, how they can train themselves to bring up their skills, to do any gap filling they need to do, to interface with banks if needs be, and to link with business coaches as well. I've put a link in, but I'll do another one right now. I've just sent it while I'm talking, so that if you can all see it, that's for registration. That's for online registration, so it's free. It's from 9 a.m. till 2. And you can, there'll be panel discussions, there'll be individual presentations, there'll be interviews of experts. All of this will be from 9 until 2 on Thursday.
Thank you, Stephen. And to answer, excuse me, Abhirami's question, yes, this is a recorded session. It will be available on the Tourism Alliance YouTube page, and we will be sharing the link to this webinar to all the participants of today's event who've been here. So you can access it. If you missed any part of it, it is available. And now we will take Sanjay's question. Sanjay is not from the tourism industry, but he's hoping to embark on a private enterprise. And he would like to know if he can enroll in these tourism courses. Maybe Dheera, do you want to just answer that question? He wants to know if he could enroll.
Yeah, may I know what is his particular area of business? So like,
he's hoping to be in the villa micro level, villas,
right.
micro.
Yes. Why not? Yeah, you are a kind of a accommodation provider, accommodation service provider. So actually, that is not only for the micro level or the whatever the MSME or the above that, even people are doing that very well. So villa kind of thing, you are getting maybe it can be a small luxury hotel, it can be a villa, it can be whatever the kind of accommodation. You can join with this, and how to promote it, how to join with the e-marketing platform and your e-reputation, and how you distribute your product through, we call it e-distribution. So these platforms are really, really important for your business. There's no doubt. You can join with this, and you can get the maximum benefit, maximum opportunity out of this.
Thank you, Dheera. And also, I believe we have a question from Mr. Prasad. The course content is available. As we mentioned, it's on the Tourism Alliance website. You can go under the Skills Center and access it, as well as if you want to follow the course and get a more structured guidance, you can do so through SLITHM. And if Dheera, if you could just give us a quick outline on how participants can register at SLITHM.
Yeah, Dinushka, now I just shared our link to this particular chat, but I'm not allowed to share it for everyone. I think if better if you can share the link to everyone for this chat.
Sure.
You can use
And
it
that
and
is
you can register
the-
with us.
Yeah, that is the link with the registration.
Of
Is
course.
it registration link? Okay, great. We can do that. And another interesting question. What is the title we can use at the end of the program? So when you complete the course, will you be an e-tourism, I can't say specialist, but you'll be an e-tourism, is there any type of title or anything that we thought of that we could say this, or like a certified, or your business is e-tourism certified, or if it's an individual or a business, how would we be
It's
looking?
twofold actually. Twofold, like as you said, it can be the kind of a theoretical and the knowledge you are getting, and also you will be operator for this. So we'll find out a good way. As you said, it can be certified e-tourism facilitator, e-tourism implementer kind of thing. So it's not the matter of the title, but it's a matter of implementation.
Absolutely, yes. So I'm planning to start a travel agency. Absolutely. We have Sisira, who's planning to start his own business again. That is also in travel. Maybe, I'm not sure, Sisira, whether if you're looking at an outbound or inbound, if it's a DMC or a travel agency. But in all aspects, e-tourism is something that would be inbound. Great, thank you. So as a DMC, I think it would be absolutely important for you to follow this e-tourism course, because e-tourism, again, as mentioned, it is not only for any particular segment. It is not for accommodation providers or DMCs or agents. It is for anyone who is associated with the tourism industry, whether you are a service provider or if you are even a support service provider. As someone who's not directly involved with the industry, this is something that is mandatory because it gives you an insight about how you can equip your business better to face all the different requirements and requests from a very discerning traveler. I think today's traveler is very savvy. They know exactly what they want, how things are done, and having an online presence, having that ability to get your business out there in the technological landscape is important. So irrespective of which segment you are in, e-tourism, I believe, is a must. Is there any plan, Stephen, to maybe tailor-make any of these courses or maybe fine-tune it and make it a specialized course for tour guides or tourist chauffeur guides? Is there anything in the plan?
Good question. Well, we are now putting this out there, and so it can be adapted in any way possible. Our program is closing at the end of November, so we don't have any future plans to adapt or manipulate the material. But what I can say is, in terms of coaching, the elements of this course have been focused on something called digital coaching. And the turnaround we've seen in some MSMEs in terms of just how they've attracted more people by putting simply another photograph of their accommodation on Facebook, for example, and improving their interactions with people who want to ask questions about that. Like really simple stuff. People have taken parts of this course, coaches have, trainers have, to help MSMEs. So I see it being adapted and used in that way. As I said previously, SLITHM will manage a formal, structured aspect of this, which I think many people will be interested in. But it doesn't have to be set in stone. People can take parts of it and use it forever, but for how they wish to.
Great. Thank you so much.
I would
And go ahead, please.
Yes, add to Mr. Stephen. Also, it's this is going to support businesses along with the tourism value chain. And the tour guides, the entrepreneurs, they can even follow this course and they can promote their business by learning this course. Even in SLITHM, there are the chauffeur guide and national guides and area guides. They are studying. They can take this course as a supplementary with them. Yeah, that's what. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, can I add something? Yeah.
Yes, please.
As Marina and Stephen very correctly mentioned, that will be the first step. So we are going to implement, and afterwards we can think about what's the for which segment. Is it accommodation? Is it DMC? Is it what food or restaurant? Whatever we can think of. Based on that, there will be a future demand for developing a new course on e-tourism. There can be different specifications, and the specializations would be coming in future. Thank you.
Thank you. And we have another question. I think we have time for maybe another 1 or 2 questions at most before we wrap up. For students who are already in the tourism and hospitality management field, how do you follow this course? Is it not only to build your future career, but also to start your own business? Absolutely. So, Dheera, do you want to answer that question? If the last one for students who are, they want to know if the courses are to build your future career or also to start your own business. So I would say it is for both.
Yeah, for both.
Of course. Yeah, I got the question now. Yeah, maybe you are a student, but your studentship and education is connected. That is already connected with the global aspects. That is, you can join with your self-employment. Even you can think about. Even if you are working for a company or maybe the MSME in future, you can start your own thing, and you may be working for someone else's company. You can develop this knowledge is really important for you. You can apply. Finally, application is not without application, education is no important. that's a reality.
Yeah, and also there are businesses, they need ICT support and this kind of support. That status, even you can support the businesses and you can get payment and you can earn. Yeah.
Yes. And I think Dinesh has a question. He said, I just wanted to check, is there any possibility that we can promote our business or take our business to the world? What kind of support can we get from you as a student of this course? Does anyone want to take that, or shall I just give a?
Yeah, basically the digital know-how, how you can apply. Even it can be a simple manner. If you are taking kind of a picture to insert in your Facebook profile, what is what is the resolution? What is the quality of your picture? That it is matters. So this kind of knowledge you are getting, you can promote your business to the world. So it's not only all these 6 segments provided in the curriculum: introduction to e-tourism, e-content, e-marketing, e-distribution, e-operation, and the reputation. Finally, the reputation comes with you. It's kind of a circle. It's not kind of a ending kind of thing. It's a circle. So your entire business should be connected with this particular 6 segments.
Thank you so much. And we had a question earlier from Amrashan about how the Sri Lanka Tourism Alliance plans to measure the impact of these courses that are being given. And just to give you a brief outline of that, with the Alliance, we are mainly a support and resource platform where we are offering the courses as a resource available to those who want to access it. Now, do we have a way of measuring the success of people, how much of the courses they have completed and how effectively they've completed it? We don't, because that would require a different type of platform build. The Alliance recently launched the Travel Agent Training Portal, which is a dedicated portal where we have multiple courses available for travel agents who want to learn about Sri Lanka and get certified. And that is a measurable platform which we built. And it requires a great deal of resources to build a platform of that nature, where we can actually monitor, test, evaluate, and eventually give a certificate. This is the main reason why S4IG has successfully tied up with both the Alliance and SLITHM. SLITHM has the ability and has the resources in-house to offer a very structured training course and to offer certification. Hence the reason there is a small cost involved in that type of study. Whereas the Tourism Alliance will provide these courses online free of charge, but it's a self-learning and something as a resource for anyone in the industry to get their hands on these courses and what is available. So I hope I have answered that question clearly, the difference between the self-learning and, of course, registering for the course through SLITHM. The last question, when does the SLITHM course start? Dheera, that's for you.
We have planned to start this program by mid-July. So our platforms are open. Even we have created some WhatsApp groups previously. We can share that. At the moment, I don't have that connection with me now. But the link we have provided, that's all. You can link with the link, and you can register with the program. Probably July, so mid-July, we are going to start this.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And as we wrap up today, in closing, again, a very big thank you to our eminent panel who have shared some really insightful information about a great initiative that was done by Skills for Inclusive Growth through the Australian government. We appreciate it very much. To all of you who are present here today, thank you for taking the time to log in and avail yourself to this information and be part of a generation that is taking on the challenge of moving to the next step, leveling up your business and getting ahead with everything that is being offered to us. I think the e-tourism landscape today with artificial intelligence, and there's so many things going on in the world in relation to advancements. I think we are taking it as a challenge head on. We want to provide this facility to everyone. And thank you again, Stephen. Thank you so much, Marina. Thank you, Dheera, for your time and for your great initiative that you've taken in educating our future leaders, as well as educating all of us in the tourism industry to face the future and to face it with great success. Thank you again. And please, we have shared the link on how you can access this, as well as get in contact with our panelists. And the webinar will be up on our website in as fast as possible so that everyone who missed it or missed part of it can have access to it. Thank you once again, and we look forward to seeing you all hopefully soon when we have the next phase. Stephen, that's the pressure is on you. So thank you again, and we wish you a wonderful day. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Dinushka. Thank you, Tourism Alliance.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you,
very much,
Stephen.
Dinushka.
Thank you, Marina. Yeah. See you. Bye.
Thanks.